Nightlife is dying for exactly the reason why that girl said, because men want to be the baddies, okay?
Oh, period, boo. No, but on a serious note, club culture has been weird, to say the least.
The club scene is over because men want to be women. And when I say men want to be women, they want to cut the line. They want to go in with the promoter. They don't want to buy their drinks. They don't want to buy their bottle. They put on their best fit to impress other men.
So I thought while I get ready to go to the club, let's talk about it. I do like to dress up, go out, dance, have myself a ball. But there has been this conversation on the internet for a while now, but especially as of late because of this whole Metro Boomin concert situation that happened, which don't worry, we will get into. So I thought, what better time for an unfiltered get ready with me. Hi guys, welcome back to Boss Girlified. It is your girl Tima, and I am feeling so cute and so sexy with this hairstyle, y'all. It is so cutesy. I have a little bow too. I had a little like mishap. I was gonna do a red bow because my outfit was supposed to be red, but let me not say too much actually. Let me keep it cute. But the place that I ordered my dress from, let's just say it got delayed, so I had to figure out something else. But honestly, this outfit that I got figured out is low-key cuter, so I'm not even really that upset. This is the inspo for today's makeup look. I don't know. Okay, listen, I said inspo, okay? Please do not come for me. I'm just gonna try my best and keep it pushing. Like, I'm not gonna try to do it exactly like that because, quite frankly, I gotta get going. This is so ghetto, y'all. I'm about to use a hair wrap, like the thing that you use to set your hair, to clean my brows off because my brows always come out better when there's no product. Let's talk about how club culture has evolved, or should I say devolved, because what is going on? What's happening? Our parents had it so good, and I always tell my mom I am so jealous.
The millennials told me they was out there sweating they weave out.
2000s parties and the 90s parties, like, they were having a ball. Oh, I'm so jealous of my mom, y'all. She started clubbing, I think, in the 2000s, like, and my mom was tea, y'all. Honorable mention for my mama. That lady was and still is incredibly tea, okay? You can say it's in our genes. I do love a good shindig, I do, but not what we got going on right now, because in the 2000s it was lit for multiple reasons. First of all, it was fun. People were actually dancing. People were actually talking to each other, and, you know, they didn't have phones. They were quite literally outside while being outside, which even when we're outside, we're not outside. And most importantly, women were the motif, okay? Women were the ones that brought the men out. So therefore, women were prioritized in the club scene. Women would get into clubs for free. Women would not have to pay for anything. Women could actually wear heels because they have a place to sit down 9 times out of 10 when they go to the club. But clearly the club scene ain't nothing like what it used to be. Oh, and I forgot to mention too, the good ass music too. Not to hate, because listen, I cannot stand people that hate on our generations of music, because we have our own thing going on, all right? We have our accomplishments, all right? But party music, unfortunately, I think the 2000s artists ate that one clean up. I'm really trying to kind of replicate the softer brow. I kind of like always try to take inspo, but then I always end up doing my own thing. The club scene, most importantly, has become male-centered. I have been over 21 for 3 years now. I wasn't even really truly going out that much. Let me tell you guys something. The club scene, those few times that I have gone, it's not looking too good, y'all. I am going to conceal my eyebrows with the e.l.f. Halo Glow because I just love how it comes out every time. It's rough out here, but we will get into that. I'm getting ahead of myself because it's just like I'm so passionate about it, all right? I was sold a dream growing up, and I am very sad that that dream was nothing like how I envisioned it being, okay? Let me grieve a little bit. So there was this situation recently that genuinely describes the club scene in a nutshell to a T.
Club culture died when it went from being women-centered to now being male-centered. And it never was like that. Look, that Metro Boomin situation shows how club culture has really died for real. Metro Boomin was at his own show for Futuristic Summer. I checked out the project. Look, I'm a 2000s kid, 90s baby. I liked that era, so hearing a lot of them songs, it was nostalgic. I thought it was just an okay project. And I'm from the deep South myself, so being from the South, I really, I vibe with that.
You see what I'm saying to him? I bet y'all got it. Fuck this shit.
Metro Boomin canceled his own show because the dudes in Atlanta would not get off the stage. Go click on the video. Go look at the video in the search. Metro Boomin canceled his own show. I seen Young Dro in the background. So it looked like it's about to be a nice little, function. But he canceled the show because he was telling them to get off the stage. From my understanding, everybody in Atlanta think they a celebrity, so they wouldn't get off the stage. And another caveat to that, with club culture, it was way too many men there.
Why would a man be there? Why would a man be there? No, seriously. As you guys can see from the clip, there are a whole bunch of, it's not even the fact that it's all men, right? It's just the fact that you don't even know where Metro Boomin is. Where is he? He's nowhere in sight. All I hear is him. I don't see him anywhere.
I appreciate the support. I know everybody will come support. I appreciate that, everybody with their movement. But I got about 20 artists with me that's on this tape. If you did not rap or make a beat on this motherfucking tape, please get the fuck out the stage so we can come celebrate and put this show on the right way. If not, we just finna dip, and that's it. Y'all fuck with us. That's it. You see what I'm saying to him? I bet y'all got it. Fuck this shit.
So already, that's like, guys, like, let's calm down. Not everybody needs to be on stage, okay? And that's totally fine. But it is men, y'all. Like, just... It is men. And what makes matters worse, right, is that they are up on this stage. They are just trying to get their Instagram story. They're trying to be like, yeah, I was on stage with Metro Boomin. You know those dudes that get on stage or meet a celebrity one time and they will not you will not hear the end of it for the rest of the time you know them. That's the vibe it was giving. That's literally what they were doing up there, right? They're not doing anything. They're not dancing. At least girls, especially if we got our friends up there, if we got our homegirls up there, we're dancing. Like, if we are on stage, we are dancing. We're doing a little 1-2, okay? For the most part, okay? And we will get into that a little bit more too. But what made it even worse, y'all, as if that clip alone isn't embarrassingly cringe enough, Metro literally said, all right, y'all, it's too many of y'all on the stage. Y'all gotta get off the stage. Like, this ain't a stage no more. This is part of the damn audience. Like, at this point, people gotta get off stage. And everyone is just standing there looking dumbfounded. They're not even, like, looking dumbfounded. They're just, like, they're just there. Oh, poor guys. They're just there. Men and women's fields, I guess. I don't know. Like, we already had very few fields comparatively to men to begin with. And now they're freaking gentrifying our fields too. Like, cute. So, for example, y'all, okay, like, it is really, really bad. It's not even the fact that men are they're kind of taking our roles. It's just that chivalry is dead, you guys. In the club, at least. I'm not gonna say, like, in general, because I really don't like that rhetoric, because chivalry is, like, real. Like, I've definitely come across my fair share of men who are chivalrous, okay? But generally, chivalry is dead. And let me tell you something. So I went to the Rio the Young OG concert. I love Rio. Like, if we got any Rio fans in my audience, I don't know if we do. That's very niche. I don't look like I listen to Rio, but listen, hey, this niggas be jumping, let me tell you. But, okay, besides the point, I love Rio the Young OG, so I was so excited. I'm not a huge concert goer. My ex used to do, like, tour management, or does tour management, and so when he would have tickets to a concert, I would go. But I really, really wanted to see Rio the Young OG. Like, I would have paid my own tickets. First of all, this is just like, I mean, this is kind of like a side story, but like, it kind of isn't, because it kind of feeds into this whole conversation anyway. It was just funny. My ex's friend, he's a photographer, and so he brought us into the venue with like 2 other dudes. And so we're walking up, I'm literally with all of them. I'm just walking behind them because at the time my ex had to go do something, so I'm walking behind them. And there's there's the security guard, obviously. And so we get like in through the side. Like, we didn't go through the line, we went in through the side. And so the security guard like blocks it off when it gets to me. Like, we're all walking in at the same time. Like, the guy that's bringing us in, the photographer, is bringing us all in. Like, it's only us like 4. Like, it's only us 4. And so he closes the thing, the thingy, I don't know what it's called. He closes that. I was kind of like, all right, whatever. I just trigger something in some people, like, where they really just want to like get under my skin. It doesn't work ever. It doesn't ever work because I know now. Like, I'm old enough to know, and I've experienced it so much, so I'm like, whatever. Thank you. I take it as a compliment, honestly. The photographer, he's like, hey, she's with us. He acts like he doesn't hear. He's like acting so like busy with other stuff, even though there's literally like a few people left in line because we got there kind of late. And so I'm just sitting there waiting. And I know he heard them too. And he's like, she's with us too. When I tell you, this man, first of all, let me not even say, not too much. Let me not do too much. But I see why he was acting the way he was. Let's just say that. But he like slams the thing open and shuffles my bag around, checking it, and like, okay, you're good to go. Didn't look me in the eye not once. Like, just nasty, very sassy energy, let's just say that. That was just a little side story. It was definitely weird small man behavior, but that wasn't even the bulk of what really got me. So I go in. Obviously the guys that I came in with, I didn't know them. They were just another 2 people that the photographer was bringing in, and my ex was gone, so I was by myself. Yeah. But anyway, there were a couple guys that were like, hey, you can go in front of me. No, hey, no problem. Y'all, this shit was frying me. Y'all, when I tell you, even the few guys that said, oh, you can go in front of me, as soon as their homeboys showed up, hey, whoa, excuse me, hey, ew. What are you doing? So I did get there kind of late, to be fair, you know, I did get there kind of late, and I kind of had to get in where I fit in, and I was able to go into like the kind of, not the VIP section, but kind of like, there was more space, but it was still very, very packed. So I found me a good spot, but I like to like move around and see, you know, I don't like to stay in one spot ever when I go out, and so I was just walking around making my rounds, and I shouldn't have done that, to be fair though, because I did lose a pretty decent, wow, you're so cool. Okay, but anyway, I did lose a pretty decent spot, and I was kind of hurt, but I was like, you know what, whatever, at least I have something to do, because I was low-key kind of bored, and I couldn't really see anything anyway. I mean, I could see a little bit, especially from that one spot I was originally at, but so I'm moving around. I find a pretty decent spot, right? Like, it's the best spot I've been able to find, and I can see pretty well. And all of a sudden, I noticed, slowly but surely, my vision is continuously getting obstructed by tall-ass men. What's going on, guys?
The men are ruining nightlife. Simple. I've seen a lot of discourse on why nightlife is not the same across the US, and there are many factors as to why, but one of the low-hanging fruits that could really turn this ship around is the menfolk. Last night, my girls and I went on a random side quest and ended up at Damballa, where Sierra was there previewing a new album that she was dropping. As she's coming out, the men are bulldozing past us and ending up in the front. I kid you not, the first 2.5 rows were all men. And men of all sizes, but 6'5", standing in the front. The gentlemen are not out. The gentlemen are at home, okay? Chivalry, like, you're the man in front of me. You see that I'm in my heels, and I'm trying to maintain my Naomi Campbell stoic balance, and you brushing past me. It's like, where are the manners? So now, instead of having a sea of bad bitches twerking, dancing, laughing, hee-ha-ha to your new song, you have the men in the front irritating them. So now my friends and I were like, Why are we even still here? Let's go home. So now you have a sea of baddies migrating and leaving the club. That's exactly what's happening at nightlife. Because when you keep the women happy, they're dancing, they're creating energy, they're creating vibes, they're taking videos with their girlfriends, they're creating picture and PR moments for you. Instead, you have these stoic men with their bedazzled jackets and belts standing around to body party.
And the thing is too, I'm a tall girl. I'm tall. Like I'm 5'7.5", and I was wearing heels too. They're probably like 2 inches. So I was probably close to 5'11", you know? So I'm tall. And I should be able to see, but when I tell you all of the tallest dudes in the building are up in the front, phones out, like oblivious too. It's not even the fact that they don't care, it's that they don't notice. Like they don't like put into account, oh, you know what, I'm kind of tall. Even me, for this is why, it just grinds my gears so bad, y'all, because for me, I've done like a lot of group pictures and stuff like that, and I'm always like, I'm taller than most girls, like especially like when I'm doing Pilates classes or something, or like a program or some type of event or something like that, and they want to take a picture. I'm gonna go to the back. Why? Because I'm tall. I'm not gonna stand in front of like shorter people, like first and foremost. Second of all, where is the chivalry? Like, it's just common decency and common courtesy. Like, what is going on? What is truly going on? And I really do think that a huge part of that whole like, why are you not paying attention epidemic, a huge part of that has to do with people just like being so, and I'm not gonna say it's just men, but it's a lot of people and a lot of men. It's more noticeable with men because they're supposed to be more chivalrous. People being more into their phone and looking like they're having fun and like being able to post stories and like IG and like post on IG and say that you were like here, there, and the third. Like that's the big priority. And it's like we've completely lost the art of like going out doesn't even mean what it used to mean. It's not even what it was in the 2000s. But when I tell you guys, it was constant. Like there were like maybe a handful of men that were kind of like, yo, like what are these men doing? But like it was very, very narrow and few. It was literally like one dude behind me. He was behind me the whole time too, mind you. Yeah, there are women going, of course, to clubs, but for the most part, like it's slowly but surely a lot less women. When it used to be, I feel like it used to be the opposite. I don't know, I wasn't clubbing when I was when it was the early 2000s. I was a toddler, but I'm assuming it was probably a majority of women.
Club culture died when y'all started making women pay to get in. Okay, I know people love to say, oh, it was the music, they stopped making dancing music. No, it was when y'all started making women pay. Because at the end of the day, when I started clubbing, the women got in free and the men paid. Why? Because us women bring out the men. Men come because they know there's going to be girls there. And as soon as y'all started treating us like boys, it wasn't fun no more, okay? Anytime you go into a club and you first walk in and you scope the scenery, the first thing, this is how you know it's going to be a bad vibe. When you scope the scenery and you say, dang, there's a lot of niggas in here. It's a lot of men in here and not enough women. For every one woman, there's like 10 niggas. That ain't fun. Like, that's the thing that you're like, ooh, we might need to go somewhere else. There's too many niggas in here.
Oh, this powder is so tea. It's the Thrive powder. I love it more than the Huda Beauty for sure. The Huda Beauty is nice. It's just a little like hard to bake with without being patchy. Like you do have to kind of like, at least for me, maybe because I have dry skin, but I do really have to like work it in. But for this, it's like blurring and I can put as much of it as I want on. The only thing is with this though, is that it doesn't keep it matte for super long. Like I have to reapply it throughout the night, but it's still really tea. Like it really does give you that flawless like filter look. Like look at that. And it's not only that the club culture is kind of dying out, there are so many other factors. But another thing that I've noticed too is that club promoters and venues and everyone has gotten greedy as hell. Like we have completely, or they have completely forgotten the point of clubbing. Like why are women having to pay to get in?
Women should never be paying to get into the club. Never, ever, 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 ever should a lady have to pay to get into the club. Unless their cover comes with a drink ticket. Unless it comes with a drink ticket. If you know they got a $5, $10, $15 cover and it comes with a drink ticket, I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. But outside of them receiving a drink ticket, they shouldn't be paying to get in. Secondarily, girl, if the cover is more than $20, it should be coming with a drink ticket. Okay? You want the girls to come in, you know, already ready to have a good time.
Yes, some clubs have like ladies' night, you know, or like some clubs, you know, and then also like if you do know people in the industry, or like if you work in the industry, or if you know someone who works in the industry, you're definitely going to get into the clubs and like parties and events and stuff for free. But for the majority of people, women, we have to pay to get in. Like, what is up? I don't know. I feel like once women started having to pay to get into clubs, it was like, all right, we're out of here. We're gonna go to brunch instead with the girls. I would rather spend my money getting brunch with the girls than paying $20, $40 to get into a damn club where everyone's on their phone and not dancing and judging people who do dance. Like, sorry.
I've seen this elder millennial come on here and say that club culture is dead because Gen Z has social anxiety and they don't want to go. No, it's because Gen Z has cameras and the club is full of ops. If you go to the club and you dance for more than 3 seconds, a circle of strangers will form around you like Lord of the Flies. And they're all gonna pull out their flash and put it on you. Why are you putting a flash on me? This is the club. The lights are off for a reason. And you don't know who's actually using a flash or who's recording your ass, because maybe you don't know how to dance. Maybe you're just having fun. Either way, they're gonna post your ass on Twitter and they're gonna roast you, and then they're gonna turn you into a GIF, and they're gonna use that in office spaces all across America. That's fucking terrifying to think about.
Whether clubs want to admit it or not, women are typically, or used to be at least, what used to bring men out. Men were the ones that were paying for stuff. Men were the consumers of the club life. Why are women now the consumers of club life? Like, at that point, we might as well just go and spend that money on other things, which is exactly what women are doing. Another good point that I mentioned earlier in passing is that women aren't wearing heels as much anymore to the clubs. And I feel like that's in huge part because there's nowhere to freaking sit. A lot of women do get into sections and stuff like that, but section culture has just become so weird now to where it's just kind of like, you don't know if you're gonna have somewhere to sit, especially if you're wearing heels. And some heels are really uncomfortable. Like, I feel like people are, I saw this video of this lady basically critiquing the younger generation for not wearing heels when they go to the club.
I don't know what's happening to club culture, but the girlies are not wearing heels in the clubs anymore. And as a 34-year-old, I know I don't look my age, but as a 34-year-old, do we need to come out of retirement and teach the girls how to wear heels?
And I'm like, girl, you don't get it though. Like, y'all, there was not a single lady in most of the clubs in the 2000s standing up. Like, but now it's like all the girls are standing up and all the men are sitting down. And yeah, I'm speaking generally, of course. Not all clubs are like that. Like, it's not always like that across the board to where, you know, every single section is just men. You definitely do still see the standard, what used to be the standard of some men having a section and there being women there. Is that enough blush? I low-key have blush blindness sometimes, but I just love me a good heavy blush. And like I said earlier, I think a lot of this comes from people trying to impress social media. And it's kind of crazy how social media ties into everything, right? I fear our parents were right. It really was that damn phone. I'm gonna do a little liner moment, I think. Wing liner. And I'm definitely gonna do tight lining. And I think I'm gonna do the inner corner too. Oh, my foot just fell asleep, y'all. And like I said, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to say that it's just men. I think the generation as a whole has kind of killed, you know, things like club culture. But I feel like another really big part of why it's dead right now, or dying, is because we have become so judgmental and scared of embarrassing ourselves to where no one dances. Like, no one dances in the club anymore. No one dances. Everyone's just standing around, and anyone who does dance, it's like kind of like they're judging them. Like, again, it feels like the whole point of clubbing has kind of become obsolete. Like, it's literally, the whole point of clubbing has completely changed. I could genuinely go on and on and on for days about why clubbing culture has kind of, you know, faded into obscurity. But of course, as usual, this is just like an edited down 20 to 30 minute video of me talking about a topic that I find really interesting at the moment. So of course there is so much more to this conversation. So of course, as usual, I love to hear what you guys have to say about conversations like this. You guys always do, like, you guys always expand on conversations in such a like unique way, especially because, you know, everyone's brain is set up differently. So everyone gets a different interpretation out of everything. Everyone makes unique connections to topics. And so I always love to hear you guys expand on conversations like this. So I am really looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about this topic. I'm gonna mix my NYX Butter Gloss because this is like a really nice pink, but I do want it to kind of match to the pink in the inspo picture. It's a little too bright, so I'm gonna tame it down with the Florence by Mills pink lip oil. I'm gonna go over that all with some lip plumping gloss. Anyways, you guys, this is the finished makeup look. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. It has been your girl Tima, and I will see you guys on another unfiltered Get Ready With Me soon. Anyways, I love you guys so much. Bye!